Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of Ask Brian. I kind of took somebody's question and kind of formed it a little bit more towards making this a better and more versatile educational approach. So the initial question was kind of asking me what's the best, USB battery for an iPhone. And I kind of reworded a few of it things, but I kind of used most of their words and most of their ideas. I just wanted to put that out there that I'm answering your question, but I'm also kind of blending a little bit more towards what I'm trying to do on here. Brian, I constantly find my phone never having enough power in it to last me a full day for something like vacation or spending a day on the go. I've heard great things about these portable batteries, but when I look at them online, I'm overwhelmed by the number of different products out there. What is MAH, and why do some batteries have 20,000 of them, while others only have 5,000? Also, is there anything else I should be looking for in one of these batteries? If it helps, I have an iPhone. So, external batteries are awesome in my opinion because they allow you to carry multiple charges on the go. I have my own personal preferred one. I've been using this one for over 2 years. But I'm going to explain kind of what these are, what they talk about, what they mean by MAH, and even some recommendations based on what kind of phone you have. The first thing, these external batteries, they're awesome. They're a dedicated, kind of like a brick that holds power in it. You charge it. You can actually charge it from your cell phone charger if they have compatible ports. If not, you just bring one extra cable with you. But they usually have like at least 1 to 10 times the capacity of your phone's battery. And the reason they do this is because, well, you can be on the go. With phones these days, the battery lasts like 8 to 15 hours, depending on how you use them and how intense everything is. So, if I'm on a 3-day, 4-day vacation somewhere, I may not have the time to stop and charge my phone. Or if I'm playing a game, like Pokemon Go is an incredibly battery intensive game, we're looking at scenarios where I'd like to have extra power with me, just in case. I don't want to be running at 10% battery capacity when I want to play a game or I need to get GPS directions or I need to be able to answer a call or anything like that. So you're kind of in a tough situation when it's just your phone. You could carry around a charger, but it's not guaranteed that you will find a wall outlet at a convenient point in time. I do carry a charger with me because why not? But anyway, these external batteries, they usually have one or more USB ports on them, so you can plug in cables. I'll talk about those in a little bit, but yeah, you just kind of plug in your phone, you click them on, and they start charging. The MAH stands for milliamp hours. That's basically a recommendation or a reading of the capacity of the battery. Kind of like, if you have a car battery, that'll hold a very large amount of charge versus a small AA battery, which doesn't hold as much power in it. So depending on your needs, you want to find this balancing point. I would say 5,000 mAh is probably not a super convenient amount unless you just want a little tiny battery. The average phone has between 2,500 and 3,500 milliamp hours of capacity, which that's a decent amount, but if you're getting one that has 5,000, you're not going to get exactly 2 charges if your phone battery is 2,500. Think of it kind of like a balloon. When you inflate the balloon all the way and it's massive, you eventually, as the balloon starts to contract and push out the air, it's kind of like the battery losing its charge. The last little bits of air in that balloon, when you open it, are not going to like push out with the same capacity. So, I'd say usually what I recommend is your external battery, you want to subtract your phone's charge in it. So like if I have a 2,500 milliamp hour phone battery and I have, let's say, a 10,000 milliamp hour USB battery, I'm going to subtract the 2,500, so that brings me to 7,500, and that's kind of the capacity or the number of charges I'll be able to charge my device. So that'll give me 3 times of charging. Again, if you just need to give one charge to your phone, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery might help you, but I kind of err on the side of caution. I like a larger battery. 10,000 is about this perfect wiggle point for me where I have just enough power, but I'm also not throwing away the convenience of a light charger. This is actually my main one, but it goes into a tech bag, so it's not like I'm carrying it around in my pocket or anything like that. This has 16,750 milliamp hours, and I have a 3,000 milliamp hour battery on my phone. So You can kind of see it's like 4, maybe 5 times the capacity on a good day, so that's not bad. I like to bring that with me wherever I go. So 20,000, you're kind of sitting on the far end of this spectrum where like you are going to be charging your phone battery 9, maybe 10 times if you get lucky, you know, on your charge, 8 times probably. But do you really need 8 cell phone charge cycles with you? Again, if you carry a backpack or something that, weight isn't really a factor, or you put it in your suitcase or something like that, yeah, go for it. It's great. Even for at home, if you lose power, being able to charge your phone for 6 or 7 days worth of time, you're not actively using it, it's a great thing to have. So, just some things to keep in mind with that. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about. One of the other things with features, it really depends on your type of phone. If you're running an iPhone, you're going to want the 2 regular USB batteries. And having 2 of them is really kind of cool. But the other thing to keep in mind is what the charging port looks like. This is a regular micro USB, so I can charge it off just any kind of micro port. And then I also have the display of the percentage of power in it too. So I'm sitting at 100%. I just topped it off yesterday. But if you have an Android phone that uses the famous USB Type-C port, that's kind of cool because USB Type-C can go in either direction. So I can plug this into my phone to charge it, or if I need to charge this device, I can take my wall adapter, and without even moving it from the port, I can plug it into here, and this will charge it because it goes in both directions. That's kind of a cool feature if your phone supports USB-C, because now what do I carry with me in my tech package? The battery, 1 double-ended USB-C cable, 1 smaller wall charger, and my phone, and everything is set and good to go. So, I'm hoping at some point we see iPhones kind of take on the USB-C universe, because that would make everything on this just that much more universal. The U in USB stands for universal. So, it would be nice that if anyone, anywhere could have the compatible chargers and everything perfectly good to go with just carrying, 3 different objects. Oh, look, I can charge your phone, I can charge my phone, I can charge his phone, her phone, anyone's phone that I need to charge, because I bring all these things with me. And the other cool thing is, let's say I just bring my battery and my cable, and, I wind up somewhere where I have access to an outlet, and I'm thinking, I could probably charge this up for, 10, 15 minutes, but if I don't have the charger, I'm kind of in a weird situation. So, if somebody else has the wall charger, though, I'm good. So, these external batteries, again, 5,000 is on the low-end spectrum. If you like convenience, these things can be incredibly tiny. They can actually be a lot smaller than your phone even for just carrying around that level of charge. 10,000, you're kind of sitting in this happy wiggle room where you're going to be really happy with everything. It's going to be great for daily stuff. If you're out for a couple days even, you could probably push some charge out of it. But if you're kind of like a power user like me, or you play Pokemon Go or anything like that that eats up battery, these are definitely something to consider. And a third thing to consider is some batteries now actually will be able to charge USB-C based laptops. So like Chromebooks, Windows, even MacBook Pros. You just want to make sure that they're compatible and make sure that you trust it. So the last thing that brings me to is certain company name brands. You may see cheaper ones, and they may look really appealing because, this one's only, $12.99, $14.99, and it's got 15,000 milliamp hours. I wouldn't recommend buying the cheapest possible one. It does take some energy and some money and power and technological capability to manufacture one of these and to make them safe and double check and have safety standards built into them and all these different things. So the last thing you want to do is break a $700 phone because you wanted to skimp out and save $5 on a battery. Again, depending on size, that's where your price is going to play a factor. So, I would say a 10,000 milliamp battery, you should probably be spending around $20 to $25 for a high quality one. There's certain brands that I find very, very reliable because they've been in the industry for, well over a decade. So, we're in this situation where they've done great. One company that always comes to mind is Anker, Anker. This is not a sponsored video in any way, but I've been using their products for a long time with batteries for my phones when they used to be interchangeable, and also when I moved to different types of USB type batteries. This one in particular is not Anchor. This is Imuto. This was actually a product review I did a while ago, so if you want to take a peek at that, you could always take a look and see what I spoke about on there. It's somewhere on my channel under the product reviews. But again, I'm going to say, like, if you're just the average consumer, you want to learn more about this, play around with it, do some research, read reviews, find the critical reviews, find the positive reviews, find the helpful reviews, find all the ones that, really take some time to talk about this. If they just say great product and then they end it right there, that's, you may be dealing with a person who is given a product in exchange for a positive review, which runs quite rampant in the video review and Amazon review world. eBay as well. Everywhere has this problem, and they're all doing different things to act against it. I don't have a finger on the pulse of who's giving the best reviews on these either. So, it's one of those things where just approach cautiously and trust reviews that are plentiful and trust companies that have been in the field for a while. Leave those tests to people like me who kind of help, like, when a new emerging company comes out and, it gets built from there. So I'll leave a link to a few of them, a 5,000, a 10,000, and a 20,000 that I think are appropriate, and I'll write a little bit about each one so you have some info. But yeah, aside from that, I think, getting a battery is a great investment. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. So if you have any other questions, toss them in the comments, and thanks for asking.